Hello Internet and Google good stuff people out there. Thanks for stopping by to another Sounds of Stadia watch along for the good stuff. We are here for day 2 of 3 Stadia good stuff days. I'm joined by myself. Of course I'm joined by myself. Yeah. I'm joined by Richie over on the other side, the man of many pictures himself, recovering on medication, because Richie, forget medication, that may be the good stuff for a lot of people, but for you, it's Stadia. It's Stadia in your veins, just like the
right now,
yeah.
Definitely the medication.
Definitely the medication is the good stuff. Our techie teacher will not be with us tonight, unfortunately. Tom is busy being a techie teacher. He's got lots of school and marking and teacher things to do, so we won't delve too much into that. But he may be back for tomorrow. We'll have to see, because remember, this is a 3-day event, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the 40 or so of you in the chat who's stopping by. Let's have a quick catch up with you, because we've got about 7 odd minutes or so, Richie, until they just randomly drop a video on us. Hopefully, we think, much. Maybe. Who knows? We're not too sure how this goes. Let's have a chat.
I did yesterday, so I'm expecting more of the same.
More of the same. Let's see. So we've got Switch Nexus in the chat. Wonder what today will bring. Indeed. We've got Math the Boots, Humankind demo. Yes, we do know, actually. We should say that during our live stream yesterday, they dropped, it was some articles from The Verge and 9 to 5 had ready to go. All the demos have been announced, as far as we're aware. So we obviously tried out Pac-Man.
Well, they did say there was going to be free demos going into this, and we know what free demos are going to be, so there we go.
Yeah, it seemed a bit odd
Pac-Man,
to announce.
Humankind, and the one I'm most excited about, which is tomorrow's, is Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Previously known as Gods and Monsters, of course. Yeah, some interesting stuff there. Humankind
good old
confirmed.
Project Orpheus.
Also, Math the Boots saying Cyberpunk's exclusive pre-orders. I mean, we know they're getting digital content of some sort, so hopefully. Hi to Joey in the chat as well. Yesterday was interesting with the free Pac-Man game. It was a great time. Me and Tom jumped into it, and I kicked his ass several times. That's actually that's actually the true reason Tom's not here. He could not show his face any longer after those defeats, those waka waka defeats. Use Jeans in the chat as well. That game is hard. It is. Pac-Man is quite hard. Let's see who else we've got. Dave, thanks for stopping by. Just surprises. Yep, I think a lot of people are just looking for a nice surprise. That they're not showing all the cards. Emon's in the chat as well. Good stuff for day 2. Fingers crossed. Kumnar's there as well. Thanks for stopping by. NSXL, I guess, yeah, day 2. Martin as well. Thanks for stopping by. The only drink. Andy as well. Stu Edwards. And a couple of other people as well. Thank you for stopping by for what's hopefully going to be a exciting day of Stadia goodness. So, let's be honest, Richie. My opinion, I mean, your opinion may differ. My opinion from yesterday was a 5-minute drop video. Not the best way to kick off a 3-day event.
No, I think after the news in the previous week was things like Cyberpunk Day and Date, was it 12 Ubisoft games? Then we got a price drop on the Premier Edition.
Mm-hmm.
That preceding a 3-day event called The Good Stuff. I think that I've seen a lot of comments about like community overhyping it. I don't think the community's at fault this time round.
Ooh.
Based on I think, yes, we may have overhyped it, but when you say 3-day event called The Good Stuff and give us a 5-minute video, which consists of a good but 1-year-old game,
mm-hmm.
A new take on a classic game in Pac-Man, and a spin-off to an indie. The good announcements, all 3 of them, but it's not.
Yeah, it was almost like for me, it was what made that any more distinguishable from a weekly blog post where we get a release date and an announcement for a new game. So I'm hoping for bigger things today. Again, we can be critical of Stadia. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying I expected a bit more. We shouldn't just bend over and take everything they give us with a spoonful of sugar. Like, that's not how it works. If they're going to market it as good stuff, then I expected a little bit more of good stuff.
The community in the past, I think, is responsible for overhyping sometimes when Stadia do like an event, like a Connect or something. I think Stadia launching a 3-day event called The Good Stuff with a 5-minute video, and that's your lot, I think is a bit underwhelming.
Yeah.
Even if the announcements are good. You put the Cyberpunk announcement in there, the Ubisoft stuff in there, and suddenly you've got a decent thing.
Yeah, the odd thing for me was that they controlled the Ubisoft narrative last Thursday we got the post that said these are the titles that are coming. That was in their control. It's not like Ubisoft came out and announced it, so that could have been folded in. But which is what I think made a lot of people feel like this would have kicked off a little bit. If you're going to post the Ubisoft news early, this would have been a bit easier. Yeah. But either way,
it feels like the news last week was better stuff than the news we've had so far this week, and it wasn't part of a actual marketed event.
Exactly.
I think that's where my expectations were a bit out of whack yesterday.
Exactly. But again,
I'm setting expectations for another 5-minute video today, so
yeah,
I'll be happy with what we get.
We're expecting a 5-minute video, but again, it's day 1 of 3. Let's not count all the chickens just yet. They could blow us out the water today. Personally, I also am just expecting another short video drop that's going to announce, oddly enough, Humankind, which we now know about. So that would have been a surprise if they hadn't came out and announced it in a separate post.
Well, that's it. Humankind is previously been revealed, because I know the Steam, when I was looking up what this game was, the Steam page already existed, but it was a new announcement for Stadia.
Yeah.
And it is a brand new game. It's not like a remaster
that's true,
or anything. It is. The Steam page actually is quoting it as the magnum opus of this developer. It's a small developer under the Sega banner, but yeah, it looks pretty cool from what I've seen of it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've really messed around with a Civ-style game, and I've heard the developers don't really reference or talk about Civ at all in any of their marketing because they don't want to.
Well, you don't
want to make those comparisons, but
you look at the screenshots. And
exactly. However, I have seen everybody who's had hands-on impressions of the game and first looks so far. That's the immediate go-to comparison, and like again, for better or for worse, it looks like it. So I'm interested to check that out.
It's on the store now, actually.
Is it? Let's.
Thank you, Daniel Walton, for that. It's there. I can see it.
Let's jump over and have a peek then, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go to the store. So we got Doom. Oh yeah, there it is. Open Dev Beta. Right there. So there we have it. Humankind. So again, is a third of this next 5-minute video, Richie, going to be made up of this announcement, which we know about it.
Yeah, I don't know whether yesterday the free demos was a leak or intentional, and that they've because that changes how this is. If it wasn't a leak, and then a third of this what we're about to watch is Humankind, is kind of anticlimactic a bit. But if it was a leak, then it's like, well, that's unfortunate. Google, like someone screwed up your press conference.
Okay, videos up on Twitter, we're being told. So let's have a look. So yeah, the video's on Twitter. I almost don't want to watch Twitter though because of how bad the Twitter quality is. So we'll just do a quick refresh on YouTube just to see if it drops there. Because there it is. Yeah, new games. I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. You found it, Richie?
Give me 1 second. Just refreshing YouTube.
Wow, we can go up to 4K.
I've got it on Twitter. There we are.
So 4K bright. Right, you ready? Audio good for chat. You ready? Here we go, everybody in the chat. All 75 of you. 3, 2, 1. Good stuff.
Hey everyone, it's Lauren Z-Side from the internet. In case you missed it yesterday, we announced some big games already and opened up a surprise demo of Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle. That's live right now. Well, believe it or not, we have even more good stuff for you today. I mean, just as a little hint, you guys are going to be seeing lots of dinosaurs. Oh yeah, simulated civilizations
Second
that
extinction,
you can rule
maybe?
over, orc haters, and so much more. And now I'm super excited to share that you guys are about to see a quick glimpse of Outcasters from Stadia Games and Entertainment.
Splash damage.
Yep, Outcasters.
Oh yeah!
It looks so good! The characters are so freaking cute in this game, but don't let that fool you. This is a fast-paced combat game that will test your speed. Not to mention, it's only on Stadia. And speaking of games from Stadia Games and Entertainment, let's take a look at something new from Orcs Must Die 3.
The orc armies were getting stronger somehow. It was looking like a more feeble warmage might have to come out of his own self-proclaimed retirement.
Alrighty, I am back! So, what are we dealing with here? Orcs? Ogres?
Optimus
Those
dies
tall
great.
skinny dudes that walk funny? Whoa!
Was really fun.
Well, it might just call for Old Faithful. Bring it on! They just keep coming at me!
Oh, it's got screen sharing.
Oh, okay. That's pretty handy.
That's a useful
Traps
feature.
go up, orcs go down.
I feel like we probably suggested that in the live stream when we did one. That
Orcs
would be
must
a useful
die.
feature.
3.
November 6th.
People just can't get enough of taking out orcs. What did they do to you? They're about to show the game that I'm most excited about, one of my
There
favorites.
we go. Humankind. Oh, wow.
Ah, Ark Survival Evolved.
That'll be the dinosaurs reference.
Looks like it.
Have you ever played this?
I played around a friend's house once, yeah. Start off on an island, work your way up to and inevitably giant mech suits, of course.
Is it like a game that, I don't really know much about it. Is it a games of service or is it just like single player?
No,
experience?
it's like loads of people on it well, but you just survive and just go through the ages. As far as I'm aware.
Give it a look. Stadia Pro.
Playing Ark and riding dinosaurs across
Well, I
multiple
definitely will give it a
devices.
go now.
Yes.
I have
Alright,
no
this
reason
next
not
game
to.
is for anybody who thinks that they could do a better job creating civilization. You are not going to want to miss this.
Here we go.
Just
This
say
is
creating civilization.
Humankind.
Yeah. From Sega.
Them guys are really tall.
Those are some giant people.
Stefan, is it in the other versions of Ark? Is there actually problems with people hacking? It's basically, from what I can tell, it's basically safe, which is not a bad thing. Do you have any much experience with turn-based strategy games, Chris?
No, not really. Humankind available now, which we knew about from beforehand.
Yep.
Sega.
I wonder how many civilizations can be built and then ruined with this game. I love it. Okay, so check this out. You can play an exclusive beta of Humankind for the next 7 days exclusively on Stadia using Click to Play. If you don't know, here's how that works. Just scroll down to the description of this video, find the Click to Play link down there, click it, and you'll be playing the beta of Humankind. The fate of human
like how they
history
call this one a
is
beta,
in
not
your
a demo.
hands. On the stuff that you already own. Your
'Cause with,
phone, your
Pac-Man, there was an
laptop,
end date
your
on it,
desktop,
where
and
with
your
the-
favorite
with the
controllers.
beta, you expect, well, I would expect an end date.
Alright, well
but
thank you so
just
much
said
for
it might
watching.
go a bit
We've got
longer.
even more for you tomorrow,
still
and
wait.
trust me,
I think
we
all these
saved
demos are
some
gonna be
good
timed for a week
stuff
for some
for the
reason.
finale. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go be an evil
Having
overlord
us in
in
consumer
Humankind
feed for
now.
a
I wouldn't think you guys would expect anything less. Bye.
Right, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Richie, that was day 2 of our good stuff video going live. I'll just loop that background for everyone to watch along. So we got Orcs Must Die 3 DLC. We got Ark Survival Evolved announced, which is coming. You clocked that as a pro game for early 2021.
Yeah, it was very quick. It came across the screen, but I'm sure it said Stadia Pro.
Yeah, it did at the end, I think, when it brought it back up.
Yeah.
We got Lauren there as the host again, showcasing this off. We got some more click-to-play stuff. We got Humankind, which is available right now. Thoughts on that? It was a little bit longer today. 5 minutes 39. Let's see here, Richie.
As we said before we went into it, my expectations were completely shifted over the last 24 hours because of yesterday. So this is kind of what I expected, to be honest. Ark was a surprise. And the fact that it's a pro game makes me interested rather than it's a game that's been around. I see the title around, but I've never really paid too much attention to it. Mm-hmm. This is one of the moves with it being a pro game that I'm gonna give it a go now. So I like that. That's a good move. Orcs Must Die, as I said, when we're watching it, it's a good game. I've had a blast with that. Some more Orcs Must Die is a good thing in my opinion. And Humankind, well, we knew that info.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Do you feel like a lot of the videos used up by the presenter just introducing things? Like there's a lot. I feel like a third of the video is just her talking to the camera, which she's not doing anything wrong. I just feel like for such a short video, a lot of it's lost in kind of title cards and credits rather than actual showcasing something.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the pacing of it. I don't think there's much lost there. Maybe at the end card when it just goes City Pro and then it's gone in like half a second.
Just
maybe
hang around a little bit longer.
Yeah, you've got 5-minute video. Give me a couple of seconds. Like you don't need to rush through it for time there. But it's just the length of it, I think, is the only real disappointing thing.
Yeah, it almost feels like before it started, it's over. And then it's
there's a lot of chat in the comments, like, could this not just mean a single 15-minute connect?
Well, we said that on day one when they dropped out 5 minutes. Like, why, if it is just announcements, why isn't it longer than your traditional connect, which was, 27, 26 minutes usually?
Yeah.
So, again, I think, Ark's a great get. It's another big title. It's an older title. But from what I've seen, it's one of those games that as it's gone on over time, it is getting bigger and better, and it's evolving, funnily enough. Outcasters, we did see a little bit more of that. I'm personally getting more excited for Outcasters the more I see of it. It does look like a quirky, fun game, obviously exclusive to Stadia. It's from the Stadia Games Entertainment team, provided to us by Splash Damage. Previously worked on Arkham Origins and Gears of War franchise, so we're interested to see what their take is on this one. I did expect Ark to be Second Extinction, which is a dinosaur. It's almost like Left 4 Dead with dinosaurs. That is just, I think it's just gone into early access or released on Xbox in some way, shape or form, or PC maybe. And obviously we got Humankind, which is available now, which we'll be jumping into after this stream to test out and have a quick first look at, see what we can figure out how it compares to Civilization games and titles. Although she did say Civilization about 4 times, I think, funnily enough, which I suppose is hard to describe when you talk about human history.
You build a civilization, it transfers through the ages. There's not really much else you can use.
Very true, very true. Let's catch up with a few people in the chat then, see what you guys thought of it. So Roman Stormborn, Festiva's name, is also saying there's always tomorrow as well. But yeah, after the Cyberpunk and Ubisoft news, it's all just icing on the cake. So he's good.
I kind of agree with that, to be honest.
If you look at it wider picture.
I must admit, I was disappointed coming out of yesterday's because I think, as I said, the way they pitched it overhyped itself a bit, and then obviously the community, despite a lot of us like trying to keep our own expectations in check, like you calling it 3 days of the good stuff is. And after the Cyberpunk news, the Cyberpunk news, I think it's probably been a little unfortunate actually because it's unfairly set the bar.
Yeah.
For day one.
Yeah, it kind of has.
I'm happy with what I've seen today because this was within my expectations.
Again, it is so weird that like we know tomorrow now we're getting Immortals, Gods and Monsters, but like is 25% of tomorrow's 5-minute drop going to be a demo we now already know about ahead of time? It's just so surreal that they would tell us about it, or it would, like, even if it leaked. It's just odd that I've just watched a video telling me Humankind's there and I've knew about it since yesterday.
Well, yeah, like after the stream yesterday, I quickly went on. I had no information about what this game was, so I did a quick Google to see who's it by, where stuff, and I found the Steam store page, and I watched the trailer. Yesterday, like
I did exactly the same. But let's have a look, see what else we've got. Amiga Slashbuster saying tomorrow is all he needs. Immortals, Gods and Monsters demo. Yep, that's going to drop. Immortals, Gods and Monsters, Phoenix Rising. What did we call it, Richie? You probably can't even think about it, but it was like a long, convoluted name, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But
check out show notes.
Exactly. Interestingly enough, in the video though, they have got yesterday's video, and they've also got. Let's just loop it back again. They also have the click to play link for Humankind there, so you can just jump straight into it and play immediately. Let's see
That's
who
something
else.
we don't give them enough credit for, actually. The click to play stuff.
It's just there. And Aaron Ashton saying, yeah, fingers crossed for a grand finale. So the rally is, we are now over halfway through. 3 of 3 tomorrow for a grand finale. Are you expecting a 5-minute drop tomorrow, or would you expect a grand finale to be something more?
Well, after 2 5-minute videos, I think I'm expecting a 5-minute video. Probably maybe, again, 3 or 4 titles. One of them Gods and Monsters. I hope for a lot of people in the community's sake, actually, that Family Share is some information out there. But I'm not expecting it, since every single thing is it's been games. But I know Family Share is one of them most sought after features right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are curious for features, especially with the competition, Xbox and PlayStation coming out and literally dropping videos every other week about features like UI and friends and trophy lists and achievements and backwards compatibility. And we still don't know much about Family Share, which was announced over a year ago now.
I think that's kind of the thing I was hoping for. Things like I want to see like some news about we're working on a UI to go into changing the UI to go into year 2, because the UI is quite basic and in some ways counterintuitive. Like where the trophies are hidden doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
So things like that. Then you've got things like on the app, you got the Explore tab, which is not used.
Yeah. Let's have a look then. So Chris Lamb in the chat is saying as well, they're leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Let's be honest, we're too used to chunky Nintendo Directs inside Xbox and PlayStation State to play these videos, giving a perception of ambitions for the platform. Yeah, I can say again that they're going to be compared, unfortunately, to the competition, and they don't have the legacy that the rest of them do. But this is where you should set expectations.
I've just thought brought up before during the podcast and probably some other live streams and stuff that I think Stadia could utilize YouTube more rather than the blog posts. Instead of the weekly blog post, a short 5-minute video in place of the blog post on the YouTube channel. This is the kind of stuff. If this was a weekly post, go, hey, here's the news for this week. Yeah,
no, I completely agree. I do feel like if they came out ahead of time and said we've got a 3-day event of good stuff, we'll be dropping 5 quick videos showcasing reveals, announcements, and demos. Go. That's like you're setting the expectation, but unfortunately, good stuff. It leaves a lot of room for endorsement and exaggeration. But let's see what else we've got. So, Damn Fine Gaming, we already knew about 2 games. Demo was leaked. Ark has generally not looked great upon by gaming community. Don't know much about it to comment on that one. And Zero State of Features, wish it was better. Let's have a look then. So, see what else we've got. We'll scroll back so we don't miss anyone. JP from Stadia Hunters in the chat. If you are a big fan of Stadia and getting achievements, go check out his channel and app as well if you're after all those precious trophies. Descenders in there as well. He really enjoyed that. He said it was awesome. Again, if your expectations are set, then yeah, it's a great 5-minute video. Let's see what else we've got. Kumna, unless something different happens tomorrow. Orcs Must Die announcement was the best part. From AmeriGamer. Daniel Walton as well in there saying, yeah, it would have been a good 15-minute connect. And so all in all, mixed bag, no surprise. 5 minutes.
Well, as I said, a lot of this comes down to, and I think Avery from Stadia was talking about this on Twitter, a lot of it comes down to your expectations. And I came in today with completely different expectations than I did yesterday, so I'm content because I wasn't expecting anything drastic, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Same.
Yeah.
So again, tomorrow, big finale. We presume it's the same time. This was one of the things that got me throughout the day. I realised when I was sorting out the video and the live stream that they didn't really say it would be the same time again. It was just kind of, see you tomorrow. Just wait for it.
There's weird things like with Stadia being part of Google, you'd think they'd utilise a bit more, like things like YouTube Premiere. You could have had the video up with a Premiere set. Then we know. You could have put all 3 videos up at the time of the announcement.
Oh well. Either way, Richie, that is it for day 2 of 3 days. We are going to be back very shortly because, like I said, Humankind just dropped. Myself and Tom had a look at the Pac-Man game yesterday. So we're going to take a short break and then we're going to be back to play some Humankind, our first look at Humankind. in a brief while. So hopefully all of you lovely, amazing people in the chat will come over and join us in there. Don't forget, if you haven't already, give the video a like. It really helps us with the Google algorithms and allowing people such as yourself to search us out. When they type in those magic Stadia words into the search engine, they can find us, the Sounds of Stadia channel, and the podcast that myself, Richie, and our other co-host Tom bring you every week as well, where we round up all of this type of news, all this gaming news, and we give our more in-depth thoughts and opinions, takes and ideas. And we love your involvement as well, so you can write into the show. You can follow us on Twitter as well. All those other typical social things you can find down in the description below the video. But yes, so it's been day two of 3. Big finale, big grand finale tomorrow. So we will see, hopefully, all of you over there. Same bat channel, same bat time, I guess, Richie. Same Stadia channel. Yeah. That's what we do. But we'll take a short break now. Keep it locked, keep it tuned, and we'll be back imminently for what is our first look at Humankind on Stadia. See you soon. My name's been Chris.
I've been Richie.
You've been amazing. We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.